side of the 10-day results plan. I hope everybody is doing great. We are so close to the end. Hope you are feeling amazing and you're seeing the results that you'd hoped for. And I hope you enjoyed yesterday's discounts and rewards videos. I'm sure many of you have taken advantage of that and have now registered to get your products at a discounted rate, ready to go into our next 10-day results plan very soon. So today I want to talk about something which I think you're going to find very, very useful going forward, which is calories, okay? And basically the science behind weight loss. So many people say to me, and have done over the years, how do I know how to lose weight? What do I need to do? And there's a science behind weight loss, okay? And the reality is it all comes down to calories. How many calories you're consuming versus how many calories you're burning. Now, how do we know how many calories we burn in a day? Well, the reality is we don't know exactly how many calories we burn in a day. There's a government guideline that a female burns 2,000 calories a day and a male burns 2,500 calories in a day. But to be completely honest, that's absolute nonsense, because my body, compared to somebody else who's a different size, height, weight to me, is going to need a completely different amount of calories per day. So the best way to judge it, you can actually go on to into a scales in Boots, and it's called your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, which is how many calories you burn in a day at rest, but they're never 100% accurate, okay? So you kind of need to gauge roughly, if you can actually put it into a calculator online, your height, your weight, your gender, your age, and it will give you a guide, okay? If when you're using that guide, you're feeling like you're not getting the right results, then you know you need to restrict the calories a little bit, or you need to burn more calories, which I'm going to talk about. And you need to play about with it until you actually learn what your body, where your body sits, okay? So it's a little bit like it's not a one-fits-all thing, okay? But here's the science behind it. So inside your belly, and I've discussed this before in another video, you have let's pretend you have an invisible spinning wheel. You don't have a wheel, guys. You have organs, but I'm going to give you this in layman's terms. So you have a spinning wheel, okay? And this wheel is called your metabolism. And this wheel spins all day long, and it basically determines how many calories you burn in a day, okay? And everybody's wheel burns a different amount of calories. And if you imagine if above that it had a number, which is how many calories you burn. And on average, I burn at rest around about 1,400 calories, okay? 1,400 calories is above my wheel. And during the day, if I did no exercise, that's roughly what I would burn. Now, that 1,400 calories is determined roughly based upon my height, my weight, my gender, and how much lean muscle mass I have inside of my body, okay? So here's the science behind weight loss. If I burn less than less than 1,400 calories per day, my wheel's spinning, okay, and it burns 1,400 calories, and I consume less than that, I'm going to lose weight, okay? If my wheel is burning 1,400 calories during the day and I consume more than that, I'm going to gain weight. And that is the science behind weight loss. Now, there's two ways that you can actually be in what we call a calorie deficit, which is where you're burning more than the 1,400 or consuming less than the 1,400. It's either by eating less or doing more exercise. They're the two things you can do. And you can actually do a combination of them, okay? Which is what we tend to do with our Herbalife nutrition plans. So on this 10-day results plan, if you are somebody that's doing a breakfast shake for lunch, that's roughly 200 calories. Another one for a breakfast shake and a lunch shake, they're roughly 200 calories each. So that's around about 400 calories. And then if you look at the meal plans, roughly they're around about 500 to 600 calories per meal. You are going to be usually way under your calorie threshold, okay? So any exercise that you do on top of that, you're going to be way more in your calorie threshold. So almost, unless you're consuming way more than that's on the meal plan, it's going to be very difficult for you to not lose body fat, okay? And that is why I love Herbalife so much, because in a smoothie, for me to have 24 grams of protein, which is what I have, all of the 25 vitamins and minerals, the perfect amount of carbohydrates, and the perfect amount of healthy fats in around 200 calories is virtually impossible to get in whole food, okay? You can do it, but it's very, very tricky. You need to cook things a certain way, have the right ingredients, and for me, I don't have the time for that, okay? So I only want to worry about one meal per day. So that is why Herbalife is so effective when it comes to weight loss, because it's so nutritionally dense, but so calorie light, which is what we want, okay? So when you're looking at calories, there's a big difference in something being low calorie and being low calorie nutritionally dense. Here's an example. You could have, I don't know, let's give me an example of, let's look at a protein bar and a Mars bar, okay? Both might be the same in calories. You might have a Mars bar for 200 calories, and you might have a protein bar for 200 calories, okay? And you think, well, I'd rather have the Mars bar because they're both 200 calories. But in the 200 calorie Mars bar, there's probably 50 grams of sugar, whereas in the protein bar, there's probably 15 grams of sugar or less, less than that. In the Mars bar, there's going to be no protein, and in the protein bar, there could be 20 grams of protein. So when you're looking at calories, it's not just about the calories, it's what's in the calories that matters, okay? I often hear, well, I just have quavers, or I just have that because they're so low in calories. Yes, they are, and they're also so low in nutrition. So understanding that calories, being in a calorie deficit for weight loss is important, but making sure you're getting nutrients in those calories is even more important, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to feel absolutely rubbish, you're going to have no energy at all, but that wheel, that spinning wheel, your metabolism, is going to start to slow down, okay? If it's not getting the right nutrients, if it's not having the right amount of protein, if it's not getting the right amount of carbohydrates, you are going to start to lose weight, but you're actually going to start to lose the lean muscle mass. And when you lose that lean muscle mass, this wheel starts to slow down, okay? It starts to really go on and go slow. So then instead of being able to burn 1,400 calories a day, if my wheel's now slowing down, I'm only going to be able to burn 1,300 and maybe 1,200. So I can eat less, or I have to exercise more, which nobody wants to do. So just making sure that when you're looking at calories, and which is why Herbalife is so amazing, you're looking at nutrient dense calories, okay? Things which have got a good amount of nutrition in them, not just low calories, okay? It's not just the amount, it's what's in them. So I hope that helps. Drop in the comments below something you've learned. If that's something that new to you, you didn't understand that before, and now you find it that you actually have got a bit of a grasp on calories, and let me know what you're going to have as your snacks today and your smoothies. Give me